Hi, this is 365801 and this is a book and manga haul for the month of February 2025. So I am, it's still quite a large stack. I've put it into two piles just to make it easier and also to make it look like it's less. But it is, I think there's 19 things here. I'm not entirely sure. I have half done my list of what I've bought and how much it was and all that. I got a couple of extra things added on that I haven't actually put on my little list yet. So I know that there's more. I think there's 19 here. There's a good mix of prose and manga or webcomics, manhwa. I think you could probably tell one of them anyway just by looking at it. And I have got some good bargains. Yeah, I didn't mean to buy all of this stuff, but even when I was on holiday, I ended up, we had Wi-Fi at the hotel and I was like, oh, and I ended up watching a couple of little videos and I think it was Cake Tins said, oh, there's some stuff on Amazon that's really cheap right now. And so I went over to Amazon and lo and behold, it was. It was still cheap and I was like, oh well. So I bought it and yeah, so I went on holiday. I still managed to spend money on BL manga. What do you know? I was supposed to be lounging by the pool, which I did, and I had a great time. I had I think I'd say a better February, except it's flown by, and I can't believe we're nearing the end of it already. So I'm really shocked. I haven't got anything purchased as of yet for March, which I think's not gonna last because I do want to buy something because it's cheap, not because I necessarily want it, but because it's cheap and I think it'll go up in price if I don't buy it now. So there's like that kind of thing. But I don't plan on spending too much in March. I really feel like I should take a month off. Obviously, I say that and then I end up buying more things only because they're on sale or they're for such a good price. So yeah, I might actually purchase, because it's not quite the end of February yet, I might purchase the thing that I'm thinking of buying just because it's cheap. But if I buy it in February, I could maybe do a full calendar month of not buying. Yeah, down in the comments below, how much do you think I will manage that? Yes or no? I bet 100% no, you will not manage that. Anyway, let's get into it. Hopefully I can go through everything and fill in the blanks for my list. So starting off like I usually do with my non-BL purchases, this is one that I got from the charity shop. And just as I'm looking at it now, it says signed by the author. I didn't know that. So this is God Killer by Hannah Kanir. This was quite popular. Was it last year or the year before? I think the second or even the third one of this is out. I know that it was a very popular one. Some people really loved it. Some people, it's not so much. But that's just from BookTube, where I usually watch people reading things and think, oh, I should read that too. And so when I saw it in the charity shop for £1, I thought, why not? But yeah, I didn't realise I was getting a signed by the author copy. So there you go. So obviously I have not read this. This is going to go on my pile of... I really need to do a video of just all of my non-BL TBR and then have everyone who happens to watch it, if you're watching it now, tell me whether or not I should read something or not and prioritize. So I think that's a good way of doing it. So I might end up doing that video at some point, maybe in April. So yeah, this is something that I've seen around, looks interesting, and has, yeah, signed by the author for £1. I couldn't say no. I just couldn't say no. Next, I'm going to go into a few things. One that is the obvious one, and this is Ennead Volume 3 by Mojito. I have Volume 1 in both hardback and paperback copy, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like I was fully invested in the story as of yet, and so I've started actually reading it on Wait Till Free on, is it Tappytoon? Tappytoon. So yeah, I've been enjoying it on Tappytoon, waiting 24 hours and getting the next chapter. And so I thought I will take the plastic off this to see if I've caught up and I can just binge volume 3. But no, I have not. So I still have a few more days left before I can actually read this. I know that this is the more explicit version. The first volume didn't really feel explicit in either, in the hardback. I didn't feel like it had much explicitness. And I don't think the version that I'm reading on Tapitoon is the explicit. I think it's the paperback kind of version. So yeah, this will be interesting. Maybe I've missed some things from volume 2, but this doesn't seem like so far there's much BL-ness. Maybe this volume will have the BL. I'm saying that knowing that I flicked through it already and gone, oh, okay, oh, right, oh, don't know what that's, oh, this is escalating. So yeah, maybe I'm missing things from reading the Tapitoon version. But yeah, the volume 1, they were pretty similar. It's just I'm wondering if there's something in volume 2 that I'm reading just now that I'm missing. I do need to get I want the hardback versions because I want explicit. I'm just saying it. I'm being honest. I want that story. But I did manage to pick this up. I did get it from Amazon. And the hardback versions are kind of pricey. They're around £20. But this one was reduced in price. Had a wee sale on it, and it was only £14.49, which is actually around the same price. And in fact, this was cheaper than getting the paperback version. Amazon had reduced this hardback version cheaper than the paperback version. So I was like, well, it's a good deal, so I'm going to get it. Usually I think around £15 is the paperback version cost, and around 20 to 20 something is the hardback version. So I might end up going into somewhere like Forbidden Planet or Travelling Man if I could ever go down to England and go and visit those stores, which would be fun. Because at the moment they're doing things like 3 for 2, so you can get a good deal on things like hardback versions if you were to go in, if they're on the 3 for 2s. So yeah, I would maybe hold off unless of course I see more volumes on sale. It's just stunning. I absolutely love the gold highlights. I love the hardback. I love the images on the front, and I know because I've seen them already that they all kind of blend together and make a picture, and I can't wait to get them. Cannot wait to get them all and just put them on display somewhere when I finally get some bookshelves. That's the main thing. But yeah, I did end up getting quite a bit from Amazon this month, which I am trying to avoid. So this was kind of a bit of a weird thing where things just became on sale. Manga was on sale on Amazon and they were good prices, so I ended up getting them. So yeah, this is I'm waiting a few more days and I will be able to read this all in a one-hour, and I'm intrigued. From the flick through, I am intrigued. Now I also picked up from Amazon, I got a few things on pretty much it was like the 1st of February. They were all on sale. So this is Nagahama To Be or Not To Be. This is by Scarlett Berico, and it's a one-shot, I think. So I really should have been able to read this. This is the big thing about this month. I may as well just say now, I have not been able to read pretty much anything. The only things that I've read on this are things that I have already read, and the reason I'm buying them is because I've already read them digitally. So yeah, this is this is something I could have and should have read, maybe, given the time frame that I've had. February is a short month, so I haven't read this yet, but this is quite a good one-shot, and maybe I'll put it on my TBR for the one-shot readathon, which I'm assuming is in April, so this would be a good one to read for that. I love Scarlett Berico, but obviously some of her more difficult ones, like Jealousy, they're difficult reads because I don't always like things that make me feel uncomfortable. And Jackass just made me feel so much better. Just loved it. It was so ridiculous. I think rereading it, it still got some elements of uncomfortableness about it. But I do like the more cutesy, heartfelt ones. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. I should have said, I didn't say how much I spent on it. I got it for £6.22. What a bargain. What a bargain. So yeah, that's why I picked it up from Amazon. Now the next thing I bought, which is the same day, is Happy Crappy Life Volume 3. Now I have Volume 2 already. I do not have volume 1. I still cannot read this. I need to pick up volume 1. But this was on sale for £7.43, which is about the same price that I paid for volume 2 with Sci-Fi, but I got this from Amazon. Sci-Fi obviously takes a little bit longer to get, but they always package everything really well. And I do like supporting that store rather than Amazon, but then this was on sale, so I ended up just getting it. I know, it's a struggle at this point. I really feel like I'm wanting to divest from Amazon as much as possible, and then I've ended up spending a lot of money on Amazon this month. So yeah, Happy Crappy Life, Harada. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be very sexual. I'm really looking forward to finally picking up volume 1 if I possibly can, so I can read this. I don't know how many volumes there are in the series in Japan, so I'm wondering how long this is going to keep going. This is a Kuma title. Managing to get it for £7.43 is pretty good for a Kuma title. It's always great quality. I really love how much effort they put into their publications. They're always quality checked and done really well, and I love the dust jackets as well. I just like the fact that they're putting so much effort into what they're producing. It's not, it feels more curated, and I like that about them. So yeah, happy to have this for a really good price. And the last one that I got on the 1st of February was Therapy Game Restart Volume 4. Unfortunately, I still do not have Volume 3 of Restart, so I did order them both from Sci-Fi last year, and unfortunately they were just out of stock at that point, so they sent everything else but they didn't send this, and it is what it is. So I've kind of fallen behind on my Therapy Game, which is fine, because when I go to read this volume 4, and hopefully when I pick up volume 3, I will want to reread, because I'm just that kind of person. Sit there and reread all my volumes as I go to the next, because I'm just like, what happened in the last one? It always happens. I could actually just go straight into this because it's Meguru Hinohara and I absolutely love it, and they're so sensual. It's so sensual. Anyway, I'm very happy to have more Therapy Game to read, and I'm kind of like holding back because I want to enjoy it. I want to savor it. I want to have something that I'm like, when I'm in the mood for something, like I need something to cheer me up and make me feel good. I know I can go to Therapy Game and just have a great time and walk away feeling much better about life. So yeah, this is £6.88, which is a really good buy. £6, anything £6 for a Sublime title, I feel like that's a good buy. It used to be that what they used to sell them for £6.99. Crazy. Anything Viz is usually cheaper than something like Tokyo Pop, so getting these for £5 or £6 is brand new. A really good deal, I think, in the UK at the moment. So happy to have those 4 bargains from Amazon. They will not be the last bargains from Amazon, but they were the first things I bought in February. I guess we're going to do things in order bought for this video. So as I just mentioned, getting anything Tokyo Pop for £6 or £7 is really, really good, because they're generally like anywhere between 11, 12 to 14, £15. And I seem to get them for about half the price if I hold back and wait and try and find them cheaper. So yeah, as much as I get excited about seeing new releases and new announcements, I know I'm not going to read them for like 2 years, because by then I will have been able to afford to buy them and add them to my collection. So yeah, I bought this and the next 3 things in a World of Books WOB purchase, where if you buy 3 things under £10, you can get a 4th thing under £10 free. So I managed to pick up I was like really strategic. I purchased things that are all around the £7 to £8 mark on World of Books, which meant that I would be getting the biggest discount, so that the average cost would be reduced. So you have to be it's like me talking about being strategic about my discounts, because if you have like something that's £10 and something that's £8 and something that's £9, and then you put something that's £3.50, you're only getting the £3.50 off, which isn't the best bargain, so you have to put in things that are as similar in price as possible, so that you can get that full discount, get the best discount as you possibly can. So yeah, instead of putting 4 things in that are all different prices, you put 4 things that are similar price. That way you're going to get the same discount. Yeah, this is how my brain works. So yeah, everything that I'm just going to show for the next 4 things are reduced down to £5.65. So getting this volume, My Dear Agent, this is volume 2 by Ebino Bisque, I guess. This is the second volume. I've read the first volume digitally, but I have not read the second volume, and I don't have a digital copy of it. So I'm actually really looking forward to it. So I'll have to reread the first volume digitally before I read this one, or pick up the first volume because I haven't got it yet. But yeah, I'm really excited about this because I did enjoy the first volume. It was great, and I think it's just a 2-volume series. Correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I think things that aren't true. But My Dear Agent, I enjoyed the first volume, so I want to read the second one. I know lots of people really enjoyed the series, so I'm looking forward to finally finishing it in terms of my reading, but not in terms of my collecting. So £5.65 is a blooming great deal for a Tokyopop. In terms of this, I am just going to mention it quickly. I am in the process of trying to download all of my Amazon Kindle purchases, because that's what the first volume was, and especially my manga, especially my BL manga. I'm trying to download them all and get them. If you haven't already, and I don't know when this video is going to go up, on either on my channel or on my Patreon, get your stuff off Kindle, get it downloaded, get it saved as much as you possibly can, because they're making it so that you can't do that from now on. So Amazon, obviously, that's why I'm trying to divest. So yes, I'm sure you've all heard it. It's been all over Book Talk, it's been all over BookTube, it's been all over Bookstagram. So Amazon are doing this. So yeah, get your stuff, because I have had things I purchased off Amazon that were BL manga removed from their library and therefore removed from my Kindle when I connect to the internet. This has happened in the past. When people are scared about these things happening, it's for a good reason. It has happened in the past. I have lost things. That's why I physically want to own everything, because I do not trust the digital. I don't trust streaming to be able to get access. If you want something and you want to have access to that thing, unfortunately, you got to buy it. Have a copy yourself, whether it's a digital copy or physical copy. So anyway, hopefully you've done that already. That's what I'm doing. I think that's what everyone's doing. I'm going to try and get as much done as possible for the next couple of days, because I'm nearing the end. It's nearing the end of the time. So yeah, I have a lot of copies of things to get. So yes, I will be hopefully reading this, but I don't know when exactly. But I will add it to my TBR again. Now, I did mention this in my previous haul that I thought that I might have one of these coming, and I did. Lullaby of the Dawn by Ichika Yuno. This is volume 2. This is another Tokyopop. Very happy to have this. And of course, £5.65. It was originally £7.90 on the site, which is still a really great buy, but to be able to get it for £5.65 is really good. That does mean I've got volumes 1 and 2. I think, is volume 5 coming out soon, or has it already come out? So I am behind, obviously, but I'm going to try and see if I can get the other ones as and when. But yeah, a really good buy, and hopefully I will enjoy this series, considering I'm now collecting it and have 2 volumes. As is the way, I have not read any of this yet. Now, the next one I got was A Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation. This is by Misaki Momochi and Lamp, and also by Magonot and Sando. So it was used to just be Misaki, Momochi, and Sando. Now there's like 2 other people in. This cover art, stunning, love it. But this is volume 6, and this is the one that I haven't read yet. So I think they've got volume 10 out. This is not something that I expected to love. I thought I would give it a go on I thought I'd give volume 1 a go physically, and then I ended up really liking it and ended up reading the rest of the volumes up to volume 5, I think, in Kindle Unlimited, and that's where it stops. So if you want to read on, you got to buy the physicals, and volume 6 was £7, but obviously I got it for £5.65, so I can read volume 6 to see what happens next. I do want to collect this whole series because I feel like it, even though it's not a BL, it's just so BL-esque that I'm happy to be in, and also it's a great adventure. I just enjoy the characters and the adventure that's happening. It's quite a fun one. And there is a bit of a mystery, so maybe I should read this volume 6 in March for March Mystery Madness, because what's going on? I don't understand. But there's a mystery there. So yeah, this feels like there's underlying mystery about the king, and why he's in another realm, and also how he's gonna get back, if he's gonna get back, what's been going on. No one knows. It's all a mystery, and I like that. And yeah, it's kind of BL-esque and a kind of cozy fantasy. I would definitely class this as a cozy fantasy, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And this is the reason why I ended up buying things from World of Books anyway in the first place. This is MXTX's Heaven Official's Blessing, Volume 7. This is obviously the paperback version. They're now releasing the hardback version, which looks gorgeous. Do I want to double dip? Yes, I do. Am I going to? I don't know. They're very expensive. Maybe if they're part of the 3 for 2s, like if you can get 3 for the price of 2 in Forbidden Planet or World of Books, Traveling Man, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. They're very expensive. They're lovely looking ones. But this is special. This is Volume 7 is special because I thought I already had all of them at the start of last year. I did not. I don't know why I thought that. And this was the last one I needed to get. So I now have Volume 7 of Heaven Official's Blessing. And I now have the complete set. I have read this. Like, I've read this fan translation years ago, before it started getting published, or got a license. So yeah, happy to have this. And it does mean I got this for £5.65, which is ridiculous. This is what I got a couple of the volumes for a few years ago. And I was like, wow, over the moon. Because they are kind of around £10 each. And so getting this for either £7.40, which is still really good, but to get it for £5.65 is excellent. And I do feel good about having this now, because that means I have all of Scum Villain, I have all of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, and I have all of Heaven Official's Blessing. I have all of the MXTXs in their 7 Cs. I have completed something that's been taking a few years, but I feel good about it. So yeah, it's a milestone in a way. So I will need to read this proper official. I'll need to read them all at some point. Now, the next thing I bought in February was on the 6th, and I got these two. This is Associate Professor Akira Takatsuki's Conjecture, Volumes 1 and 2. Art by Toji Aoi, original story Mikagi Sawamura, character design by Jiro Suzuki. These are the first 2 volumes of the manga adaptation of the light novel, and I've read the light novel and I enjoyed it a lot. So generally light novels, the story in the light novel kind of corresponds to at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3 volumes of a manga. So I've probably read all of the content of this, but that does not matter. I still want to, because I really did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I liked the light novel, and I want to collect the light novels physically as well. So yeah, this was on my TBR, but it was on eBay. The seller, I feel like I've bought things from before, and they generally tend to have BL, fairly new BL actually, for sale on good prices, and I sometimes buy them. So yeah, I have bought from this person before, so thank you very much. Always very well packaged, always nicely looked after. I feel good about buying from them, so thank you very much. I did pick these up for £12.70, so that was that including shipping. So £6.35 each for the volumes. I still think that's a really, really good deal. £6 for these, because they are £8-9 even on Sci-Fi with a discount. That's kind of, you have to kind of wait and see if you can get good deals, but to get these for £6 each is really, really good, so I'm happy about that. And I haven't read them yet, but I will. I feel like this could be a March read as well, because they are mysteries, and I have read the light novel, but it will be interesting to see if there's any changes or adaptations made. So yeah, this might be a March read for me. I'm trying to read all my March Mystery Madness stuff, making a TBR up as we speak, I guess. So yeah, these will be added to my TBR. Now, a light novel I have not read and I have had my eye on for quite some time is Onmyoji and Tengu Eyes, The Spirit Hunters of Tomoe, and this is by Yoshiko Utamine. This is volume 1. There are 2 volumes, as far as I know, that are published physically, and I'm trying to remember the publisher name. It's something, nope, can't remember, but it's a completely different publisher. I don't know what else they've published, but this is one that's been out for quite some time, a few years now, and I keep thinking about how much I want to read it. I think I remember watching G talk about it and say that it wasn't BL, but it was supernatural folklore, and it had the elements of BL without being BL. So obviously I'm going to be intrigued, because look at that cover. Like, tell me you're not intrigued. I'm intrigued. So yeah, thank you, Onmyoji. It just sounds great. Sounds like, yes, up my street, my cup of tea, 100%. And it was reduced on Momox to £5.03, and I was like, yes, bye. So I did get this on the 7th, the very next day, and I managed to pick this up after years of wanting to get it and just not actually, because they're usually around £10 or £11, and I think I'm depending on how I enjoy this reading, if I actually get around to reading it this year, it is going to go on my TBR for the year. I want to read a lot of the prose that I'm bringing in that are BL. I want to read my BL prose more than I want to read anything else. I want to read them because I want to read things I'm enjoying. So yeah, this is definitely something that, even though it's not BL, it's so BL-esque in its appearance that I feel like I'll enjoy it anyway. So yeah, if you've not already, check out Onmyoji and Tengu Eyes, or if you have read it, let me know. What did you think? It's had lots of really great reviews, so I'm looking forward to it. And the next one I've got to show is something that I also bought on the same day, and that is Number Call. This is also by Momox, and I did pay £7.84, but it's in excellent condition. Nagisa Furuya is someone I just love, and this is the first one in a little string of them that I've actually already read, and I was just buying to have in my collection because I read them originally digitally. This one I got from NetGalley, so I think it's part of my jigsaw puzzle hobby video. I'll put a link. I really love this. This is about 2 boys who, I can actually talk about this because I have read it. It's about 2 boys who are known as like the number 8. One is Hachi, which is the Japanese word for 8, and the other one is called Eito. Or at least he's known as Eito, and the 2 of them end up getting to know each other because you can see the big yellow 8 on the front cover. It took me the longest time to recognize what that was. It just looked like an infinity. But yeah, so the 2 of them in high school. It's a high school kind of getting to know you. It's got the atmosphere of Nagisa Furuya. You know you're gonna just have a really good kind of time with her. Like you're just gonna feel at the end of it, that sort of sense of peace and satisfaction and a sort of sense of relief. It's just a nice, good, easy, ozy time. There's no, there's an emotional hit to it, but there's also just a general gentleness to her stories that I just really enjoy, and it just brings me a lot of peace. So I really like Nagisa Furuya. I think I've read everything except for the thing that I bought last year, at the end of last year, which was something to do with the stars, Among the Stars, or something like that. So I haven't actually finished reading that one. But I've read everything else. I do love Nagisa Furuya. But yeah, obviously I haven't read this physically, but I did read it digitally, and that's why I'm adding it to the collection. So yeah, that's everything that I have written down. So the last things are things I need to make sure I know what they are and how much I spent on them. So yeah, more things that I have actually read though. On to another one then. Now I've got all my list up to date. This is To Strip the Flesh by Oto Toda. This is supposed to be like an LGBT, but kind of a little bit more horror-esque, I guess. A lot of people read it and did not like it. So I'm intrigued, but I always wanted to get it and I wanted to pick it up for a good price, and I got this from eBay on the 7th. For £3.94, which is a really good price for this. It's large trim size. It's quite thick actually, and it is Viz Media, so interesting. But yeah, this is a collection of short stories that have to do with the body and identity, which I love. So I'm gonna probably either love it or hate it, and I think it'll still be intriguing and thought-provoking anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I might save this for June, but because my June TBR is looking pretty stacked at the moment, I might leave this till October and read this, because I think this is quite a good one in terms of buzzword readathon, because it's like violent words to strip the flesh. I feel like it's pretty violent, and it's also maybe good for manga freakathon as well, you know, so that might be something to think about. I don't know. I'd like to know your thoughts if you've read this already. I know a few people who read it and did not enjoy it. But I feel like this, if you go into it thinking of it as an LGBT work, then it might not be something you like. Or it might be that, I don't know, my expectations are that I'm probably not going to enjoy it and it's going to make me feel uncomfortable, or it's going to be thought-provoking. And so that might mean that my expectations are met. But yeah, let me know if you did not enjoy it and why. And then I feel like my loins will be girded. At least I'll be prepared. So yeah, really good price though. This is a really good price for this. I feel like I got a good deal with it. Here we have another Tokyo Pop. I managed to get one of these for £7.88. So yeah, £10 is not bad for these. It's in excellent condition. I got this from eBay. I think it was We Buy Books. I'm not entirely sure. This is Hagi's The God and the Flightless Messenger, which I read digitally, so I already know the story. It's about it's a fantasy world. I love these ones actually. They're so it's the thick boy. I didn't realize how thick it was. It's a big story. It's about a messenger. He has to take some things to gods that live on different peaks, and he's not known as a great messenger because his wings don't really work very well, and he ends up kind of hanging out with this god, which is a big white fluffy ball, and it just reminded me so much of Hakenden because of the big black fluffy ball. And it still makes, and they both make me laugh in equal measure, and I love the idea of these giant fluffy balls. They're like Marimos, but they're soft and fluffy. Anyway, it was a cute story and I really enjoyed it, but it was also, there was a lot going on. It's got a lot of story to it, so I enjoyed it a lot. It's by Hagi. Beautiful cover art and supernatural. So yeah, it was a good read for me, so I'm happy to finally have a copy of it to add to my collection. Like I said, as and when I can get the Tokyo Pops, I will get the Tokyo Pops. I'm not going to go out my way to spend £14 on a new volume. It's just, they're expensive, so I'm not going to. So yeah, I'm going to wait till I can get them for good prices. And this was a great price, so I'm happy to have it. And it's in excellent condition. Now I picked this up on the same day. This is Turns Out My Online Friend Is My Real Life Boss, Volume 2 by Inmura. And I have already read Volume 1 digitally, so I haven't read Volume 2. Volume 1 I got a copy of from NetGalley, because this is like Kodansha / vertical, I'm not entirely sure. I guess it's Kodansha, but it's got the little squiddy box, and I don't know what that stands for. Kind of just feel like this is Kodansha, but it's not Kodansha Comics because it doesn't have the same symbol. I don't know what imprint this is. Someone help me. So yeah, Turns Out My Online Friend Is My Real Life Boss. I really enjoyed the first volume. It was quite thick and there was a lot to it. But it also felt like it was a little bit quick for the two of them finding out. I was kind of hoping for more shenanigans of two people in the office not knowing that they're, you know, best pals, but they hate each other. I was kind of hoping for more of that. But still, I did enjoy the two of them getting on. Suddenly, they're like best friends. It's great, and there's definitely going to be more. There's something. So hopefully, this will be a good volume for me to read. I don't know how many more volumes there are of this. Is there going to be like several more? I have not really looked into it. This is why I need to make my list up. But yeah, this one is a nice large trim, and I got it for a really good price. £7.92. So for something that's fairly new and in good condition, I'm happy about it. So yeah, this was a good purchase. And I hopefully will be able to get around to reading it. Now this is the last few things that I've got to show, and these are all from Amazon, and this was the volume that Kate Tins had in her haul video, saying that Amazon had cheap stuff. So she went over and found, and really is by word of mouth. Like if someone says, oh, this is on, you know, if you see it on, sometimes people put things on like Instagram stories and stuff, but I'm not always online because I'm trying to remove myself from social media. I'll probably be doing that quite a bit over the next 4 years. I feel like I will not be on social media or trying to engage in news as much for my own mental health, you know, and well-being. But yeah, anyway, she showed this one and I was like, well, that's a good price. I'll go and see if it's still on. And it was. So I got this for £2.59. Brand new. Very happy. So this is a volume 6 of Crossplay Love Otaku Punk by Toru, and this is a Seven Seas title, and I really enjoyed volume 1, and I do not have any of the other volumes, so I'm kind of stuck with this volume 6 now, so I do need to get 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I think there's more. Is there 7, 8? I don't know. There's a lot more volumes of this. It's just the first volume was just so enjoyable about gender bending and gender expression, and I really enjoyed it. Is it Yuri? Is it Yaoi? Is it anything? Is it straight? Who knows? And I like that. I like that play on gender and gender expression. And this was a really good volume. So hopefully I'll be able to pick up the rest for good prices as well. I'll keep an eye out. So if you see any, need to fill in my gaps. But yeah, £2.59 is nothing to be sniffed at. Now the other one that I picked up at the same time was Someday I'll Fall for You, Volume 1 by Tomo Kurahashi. This, I think, is Tomo Kurahashi's like most popular, most famous work. Sublime got the license, and I managed to get this for £5 and 37p, which is really good for brand new. I do know Volume 2, I think, has just come out, or is just coming out now. So, and is it just a 2-volume, or I think there might be like a third spin-off or something? There's like continuation. But yeah, this one I know is very popular. I know lots of people love it. So I might wait till volume 2 comes out and then I can just read the two of them together. But if there's like a third volume, or there's more to the story, then I might just take the wrapping off and read this at some point during like maybe a 13:30 or something like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm really happy that I got it for £5 something, because £5 something for a Sublime title, brand new, is a good deal, and I'm happy to add that to the collection. And last but not least is I cross-dressed for the IRL Meetup by Kurano, Volume 1. And this is like an omnibus version. This is also like a Kodansha slash vertical, I don't know, one. So it's a big chunky boy. This is the second copy I purchased. I'm sure I'm on my Patreon, I did my unboxings, and I didn't notice until I was putting it on the shelf that after I'd filmed, that there was a tear in the cover. It wasn't a huge tear, but it was, you know, a substantial tear. So I have to send it back, and I just rebought it. So I do need to return the other volume that's been damaged, unfortunately. So I did get this back. I did pick this up for a really good price though. It's £6.56. So, you know, it's not a terrible end of the world thing to have a volume with a bit of damage, but for that price. But if it was secondhand, I would be like, oh, that's a shame, never mind. But it's brand new from Amazon, so I'm sending it back. It is what it is. But yeah, this is another sort of gender expression one that I'm looking forward to reading, and the fact that it's an omnibus version. I'm pretty sure this is an omnibus version, isn't it? Let me know if it's not, but it's pretty chunky. I just assumed that it must be. For £6, that's really, really good. And I know that the second volume of, if it is an omnibus, has come out, so, or is going to come out soon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I think there's 3 volumes in this so far. I don't know. But yeah, this is another one to add that might be good. I didn't think any time, but yeah, there's a lot in my collection that I'm thinking, oh, that'll be good for June, that'll be good for June. But June, you know, I'll be working, I'll be doing stuff. Won't have all the time in the world, but I will want to be reading quite a lot because my TBR is growing. So I might just add this to an any time to read type TBR. So yeah, this is the first in a series. So maybe I'll do maybe in April for like lots of volume 1s or something. So yeah, this one's, I'm looking forward to reading a lot. So this is everything that I picked up for the month of February 2025. Yeah, pretty good stack. And unfortunately, as you may have noticed, that the only things I could really talk about that I've read are the things that I purchased because I've already read them and I read them digitally. So I have not been reading any of this. February seems to have gone by really, really fast. And I feel like I'm still catching up on January. It's gonna be March soon. Damn it! What happened? And I mean, I did go on holiday, so like it was just supposed to be like a cheeky weekend away, but because of where I live, I'm in like in the wilds of the Highlands in Scotland. That it takes an hour. It's like it takes a day to travel down, and then it takes another day to travel back up, and then I might spend an extra day just to see family. So that's like a full week there. And the same thing is happening again in March. On holiday again. What? Who is she? Who is she? I don't recognize her. But I'm so excited. So I am going to be going on another a full week long. So I am going to be away for a while as well. So it just feels like I haven't caught my breath yet. I need some downtime. I need some. But I'm also looking forward to going on holiday because it's the thing that keeps you going. So yeah, this is a bit of an odd one. I don't know what's going to happen next month. If I'm going to have a haul, I am probably going to buy that one thing that's in my cart, just because it is very cheap, even though I feel uncomfortable about it. That might be a hint as to what it is. But it is what it is. Anyway. You'll see if I get it. If I don't, then I will. So yeah, this is everything. And I feel like I do need to do a little bit of a reset, and maybe a no-buy month would be good. I also have loads of videos that I have not made yet, and I'm in the process of making, but it's taking forever because I'm not always here, or if I am, I'm working. So yeah, it's been a bit of another very fast. I know February's always fast, but it feels like this is just blink and you've missed it kind of month. And it feels like we're getting into spring now, which is amazing. It feels like we're really at the cusp. So I'm happy. Everything's a bit brighter and lighter and warmer, which is nice. But yeah, hope you've had a good February. What did you think of all of this? Have you read any of them? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching to the end of this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe. Yeah, share, comment, all that. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!